I just off and on. There's Good morning and welcome to the Creative Living Fellowship Sunday service. Please stand and join me in our opening song, Holy, Holy Way. This is a call and response song, so just follow along with what you hear. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy way. Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. My name is Deborah Covington, and it is my pleasure and my honor to be the host today. We have a very special, different service for you today, and I'm pleased to invite and welcome everyone here. We do have two first time guests in person here that I want to welcome. That's Cheryl and David. And we really are pleased that you're here with us. There is a sign up sheet out on the welcome table. If you care to sign for that, we sign up, we invite you to. That will put you on our mailing list. And then you can hear and receive emails about everything that's going on in CLF. In the meantime, we welcome you here into our hearts. We welcome those who are online as well. If you would leave a message, we can acknowledge your presence. Also, if this is your first time, please go to our website where you can sign up for our mailing list there as well too. So welcome. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Today is very special, as I said. But before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit something about Creative Living Fellowship. Creative Living Fellowship is an independent religious science church, and we honor all paths that lead to truth. Our deep intention here is to be a community of love, care, and connection that opens hearts, expands consciousness, and transforms lives. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind and spirit. The science of mind is a new thought, ancient wisdom teaching that provides us with tools for living our best possible lives. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, "The more power one gives to his thoughts, the more completely he believes that his thought has power, the more power it will have." Let's take in those words for just a moment. So here's a little about the lay of the land and what you may expect to experience today. First, Reverend Dr. Sherry is not here. She is our senior minister, and she has taken a little bit of time off. She's spending time with her beautiful daughter in California, and I know that she's resting and also enjoying her time there. She will be back with us next week. But don't worry, we're in really, really good hands because we have a new best friend who is here for the first time, and I will introduce her to you later. Her name is Rachel Sartori. Rachel Sartori, what a beautiful name. Anyways, we're pleased to have you here, Rachel, so much. Okay, so our pre-service meditation was held today and facilitated by Reverend Jorge Suarez. He is our staff minister, and we're so pleased to have him here to support us today. Fran Peck, who is serving as our practitioner of the day, she will be offering our evocation. After that, it will be followed with our congregational chant, The World, and I will be leading you in that. The words will be on the screen. Our musical inspiration today was not able to make the schedule due to illness. In fact, they are a house duo, which is Victoria and Aaron. So instead, we are going to be musically inspired by one of our dear friends today by music inspiration and video, and that will be Charity Lockhart. And so we're pleased to have her presence with us as well. In the meantime, let me welcome up Fran to do our inspiration or our evocation first. After the chant, then she will be back up for inspirational reading. Fran?
Thank you, Deb. Good morning. So let's just close our eyes and turn within. Just sensing and feeling in gratitude, recognizing that one power and that one presence. Knowing that that one power, that one presence, that one life is my life. It's the life of each of us. It is the source of my being and it is the source of us all. Knowing this truth, I speak my word of blessing for this service. I know that it unfolds perfectly, divinely. I bless each and every person and their service to this community, to the Creative Living Fellowship community and the greater community at large. I send special blessings to Reverend Dr. Sherry, knowing that she enjoys her day and it is filled with joy and love and harmony. I bless our guest speaker, Rachel, knowing that her message is divinely inspired and divinely guided. I send special blessings anywhere in the world where there is the appearance of lack or the appearance of disharmony or discord, just knowing that the power and the presence of that one divine love, that one divine peace, is right where each and every person is, protecting them, guiding them, keeping them, making their way. I send special blessings to Creative Living Fellowship, to the congregation, knowing that they are a divine idea in the mind of God. And I know that we all receive that for which we have need today. And so knowing this truth, I release my word just knowing the perfect manifestation of this word spoken. I release my word in faith, I release my word in trust, and I release my word in truth, knowing that it is already done in the one mind of God. And for this, I am so very grateful. And I say, thank you, life. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
The world is a place of great light for all. The world is a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. The world is a place of great peace. I am a place of great love for all. I am a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, I am a place of great peace. You are a place of great love for all. You are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, you are a place of great peace. We are a place of great love for all. We are a place of great light for all. When all's said and done, we're all from the one. Oh, we are a place of great peace. The world is a place of great peace.
Our reading today is from 7,000 Ways to Listen by Mark Nepo, pages 41 and 42. Being lost can be a prelude to a deeper way, because once we admit that we're not sure where life is taking us, then we are ripe for transformation. Then we are shapeable. When losing our way, we frequently retreat and withhold or take what we think is a safer path. This often complicates our confusion. An old woodsman told me that the reason most people get lost is because they don't go far enough. They doubt where they are and change direction too soon. Somehow, we are called to lean forward by what little light we are given.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. We'll fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors, yeah, that's what we become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. This is me. I know I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. This is me. Look out,
Oh, as always, beautiful, beautiful music. We're so blessed to have Charity provide us with music today. We're also really blessed with our guest speaker. I'm so anxious to hear her talk. Yeah, great energy. Rachel Sartori is a licensed practitioner and a master teacher, transformational, transformational coach, and spiritual practitioner. She provides sacred, set apart opportunities for people to awaken, cultivate, and integrate the truth of their goodness and wholeness, empowering them to live fully from the inside out. Rachel invites you to conscious evolution from survival to thrival, from living in limitation and fear to living in authentic freedom and joy. This is the practice of exercising your soul, of participating in the healing of your own heart and the world around you. Please join me in a heartfelt welcome of Rachel. Rachel Sartori.
Oh, it is good to be here. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here for the wonderful welcome. I am Rachel Sartori, and even though this is my first time in person with CLF, I have been able to enjoy the rich services online. So I welcome everybody who is viewing this service online, whether it is now in this moment or later on, and welcome to everybody who is here in person. Now, your monthly theme this August has been a very rich one, the process of trusting the process. And let's just take a look back at where you've been with Reverend Sherry. So way back at the beginning of August, there was the message free fall. You're on a trapeze, you're swinging, and you let go, and there's that moment before you catch the next bar, that moment of free fall. And the trusting the process in that moment calls for us to have a willingness to lean in and intention. The second week, she led you through thinking about a way out of no way, where trusting the process invites us to treat and move our feet, because starting right where we are is actually the only place that we can begin. And last week, she reflected on trusting the process of time, and that in due time, things all unfold exactly how they need to, because in the all that is, there is only now. And so there's no other way for things to unfold. So let's take a breath into the good that has already been this month. And let's check in and see, are you willing to continue leaning into this process and trusting the process? And check in. Are you willing to start right where you are? Maybe even look down and see where your feet are in this moment. And let's take another deep breath into this knowing that things are already and always unfolding in divine timing. Oh, we are right where we need to be, one in the one life. It's pretty good, right? Yeah, it's a good plan. It's great. Excellent. So clear. Yes. Okay, it is clear until suddenly it's not. Until suddenly a thing happens that just gets you. We each have our thing. Maybe for you, it's a call from the doctor's office, or missing a call from the doctor's office. Or maybe it is a bill shows up that you hadn't expected for an amount that feels impossible. Or maybe work is a lot and your boss asks you to do just one more thing. It's little. Or maybe someone just says something happens, and it unleashes a wave of fear or anger or exasperation. We call these triggers. We get triggered. You know what I mean? And it's a bit like in that moment, the lights go out that something about a switch in our logical thinking brain just gets flipped off, and a primal switch gets flipped, where underneath that pain, the anger, the fear, the exasperation, there's an urgency to survive. Sometimes it's big, and we get super overwhelmed, or super defensive, or super shut down. Sometimes it's a little bit more subtle, and we might just be quiet, seem reflective, or we're stuck in our minds overthinking things. It can feel dark, confusing, and uncertain. And that is the place that I am drawn to go to today. The place where we feel like we don't have enough light, literally or figuratively. How do we trust the process then? So we've all been in the dark, literally and figuratively. And well, it's a tender and vulnerable place to be. In the dark, we have less understanding of what's happening, of where we are and of what might happen next. And there's collective subconscious agreement about the wrongness of the dark, of the uncertain and unknown. Ernest Holmes refers to this as race consciousness, or something that the human race collectively, people over time, have agreed to and acted based on it being true. So it's something that we all know, and we all know that we know. I'm going to suggest a couple things, and I want you to think about if they resonate with you. And if they do, perhaps even just put a little thumb at your heart, just kind of indicating, oh yeah, I get that. The dark, the unknown, is lonely and isolating. The dark, the unknown, is unpredictable, dangerous. When we are in the dark, facing the unknown, we feel out of control, afraid, and defensive. And feeling those ways, out of control, afraid, and defensive, is wrong. It's bad, and we should avoid it at all costs. Let's take a deep breath right here into the tender acknowledgement of how we as humans have often felt in the dark. In many ways, this race consciousness, this agreement that we have about the dark, it makes sense. If you were one of the humans around at the beginning of humans being around and it got dark, you better be careful. A tiger might be shimmying on its haunches, ready to pounce on you for dinner. It served human survival to be on guard in the dark. It served human survival to have that switch flip off and to allow fear to hijack thought, emotion, and behavior. Since then, we've been collecting proof that this is true, that the unknown is bad and dangerous. Because do you know when little kids are afraid? In the dark, proof. Do you know when I hit a deer? In the dark, proof. Do you know when a breakup is most perplexing and agonizing? When the person has no idea it's coming, proof. And let's talk about AI for just a second, because we don't even know what is possible with artificial intelligence. And I heard an expert in the matter talking just yesterday on NPR, so you know it's true. And they said there are many reasons we should be scared about the uses of AI. This is just a sampling of the proof that the dark, the unknown, is bad and dangerous, that it is bad to feel out of control, that feelings of fear need to be taken seriously, and it is logical to defend ourselves in the face of all of this. Because what if we don't stay on guard? The underlying fear is that we will not make it. And that goes against the very strong wiring in our cells to survive. From our survival cells or our survivor selves, We adopt strategies and tactics to know as much as possible, to anticipate as many scenarios as possible, to be as prepared as possible. Or we go in the other direction and we act as if we just don't even care, that it doesn't even matter. We shrug off any suggestion that any kind of preparation would make any sense at all. From our survival selves, when we can't see through the dark and the unknown, we try to make sense of what is so. Because by making sense of what is so, it becomes understandable and it becomes known. And doing this, it's like creating our own light. From our survival selves, we are terrified that the truth is that there just isn't enough of whatever we need. Light, money, love, whatever it might be. If there was enough, then things would be okay. But because there isn't, we have to take matters into our own defensive, survival-focused hands. Think about it for a minute. When have you engaged in thinking that there wasn't enough of what you perceived that you needed? Not enough is another one of those things that we've agreed to collectively. And the thing is, it serves our impulse to survive. Now, we're going to just put a pin in that for a minute because there's something niggling in my heart, and it is this thing called faith. Believing that there is that which is greater than we are, that it's available right now, right here where we are, and perhaps that we're invited to more than survival. Because wouldn't it be so nice to just pray on it? To know and to know that we know that it is all good, that all is well and all is well and all matter of things should be well, that as the psalmist said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. That regardless of the condition, that we can see through to the divine perfection at the very center of life itself. Sometimes that feels really available to us. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes we even believe it. But other times, have you ever been there saying the words or listening to someone else say them and then noticing you're not quite sure that this time it's true? When I feel like I'm in the dark, I am inclined to be afraid that I don't have the light I need and that I might even bypass the light that I might have because I'm afraid to use it up. And then I'm really going to be stuck empty-handed. It's that darn place of feeling like we don't have enough light. And again, how do we trust the process then? Our survival selves may say that to trust anyone else is risky. Our survivor selves may even say to trust ourselves is risky, or to trust anything that we can't see, that we can't know and have certainty about. It's a gamble. On one hand, it seems completely counterintuitive to our survival. Is it possible that trusting is simply against our innate impulse to survive? I want to tell you a story about a time that I was in the dark. This was back when I was 18. I was a camp counselor for the first time, and I was walking my campers, who were little 8-year-old sweethearts, back to our cabin after our first campfire. And we start leaving the light of the campfire, and I realize I don't have a flashlight. I also realize I've never actually been on this path before. And I don't know how to get back to our cabin. And in that moment, I start to panic. And I'm trying to see with whatever I can, but that light is going away and I don't know what's going to happen next. And I just feel branches in my face and dead ends ahead. And my thoughts go to this place of, I don't have enough light. I don't know where we're going. We're not going to make it. What if we get stuck out here and we have to spend the night in the woods? And what if nobody ever finds us because we lost the path anyways? What if there is a urgency, a whir, a frantic energy to this being lost? I think of it as being a hustle, that we have to hurry and figure it out. The fear of being caught in the unknown, the fear of being lost, swallowed by nothing. It brings up this impulse of doubt. We've got to change direction, do something. And that is the worst, because our survival selves, bless their hearts, are completely terrified of not surviving. And that place of darkness and unknown is the place where we scramble to do whatever we can to keep ourselves upright and powering forward. That place of darkness and unknown is the place where we are afraid that the truth is that there just isn't enough. And it is up to us to make the light that we need, that the darkness will be our undoing. But in that place, it isn't trusting that goes against our innate impulse to survive. It is believing that we are only supposed to survive that goes against our innate impulse to trust. To trust that there is a divine whole that holds all things, that one infinite reality expresses in, through, and as all of life itself, that it breathed life into each of us at the moment of our birth, that it imbued us with the very qualities of itself. That is our innate impulse. We have learned and believed, agreed that our mission is to survive. But even more true is that our mission is to express the one life, the one infinite reality in a way that only we can in this body form that we have right here and right now. Sometimes we get a little lost on the path. We get a little turned around, tangled in the shadows of what seem to be branches and dead ends of doubt. Mark Nepo, as we heard earlier, wrote this experience about being lost, and I just want to touch on it again. Being lost can be a prelude to a deeper way, because once we admit that we're not sure where life is taking us, then we are ripe for transformation. Then we are shapeable. The reason most people get lost is because they don't go far enough. They doubt where they are and change direction too soon. Somehow we are called to lean forward with what little light we are given. So in those moments when it seems so certain that we don't have enough light, the invitation is to notice the thought, to be present to those feelings, and to notice what our impulse to do next might be. And when we are willing to feel those feelings of doubt, the fear of not enough, the urgency to change direction, the hustle of fear-based survival, then we create an opportunity to remember the truth of who we are. And when we remember the truth of who we are, we remember that the invitation is to lean forward by what little light we are given. And that is when we can actively embrace our faith, trembling though we might be. In the moment when it feels so dark, the process of trusting the process is to lean forward by what little light we're given and call to action our innate impulse to trust that it will be enough. Again, from Mark Nepo. An ancillary paradox is at work in the kinship between light and dark. We yearn so hard and long to be rid of darkness, yet without dark, there is no shadow. And without shadow, there is no depth perception. And without any depth perception, we have no sense of direction, no sense of what is near or far. In our need to find our way, we are asked not to bypass darkness, but to work with it and through it. So back to that time when I was a camp counselor and didn't know where I was going. What I did know was that there was a path. And so I started to feel on my right side where the branches were. And as we got away from the campfire, what occurred to me was that my eyes were slowly adjusting, not to the light that I didn't have, but to the light that actually was available right then. And I began to see in that moment what a moment before seemed dark and imperceptible. In that moment, I began to see the nuances of shadows and shapes. And so step by step, we made our way. And when those anxious thoughts whirred in, because boy, do they, I had to slow down. I had to back my pace up so that I could be responsive to the light that was available. And sure enough, after what seemed like hours, we made our way far enough that off in the distance, we saw the light on the stoop of our cabin. The path that we were on didn't just lead us back into the center of where all of the girl cabins were. It led us directly to our cabin. As we lean into what little light we seem to have, we experience the path being made known, being revealed. And as we used that little light, more was given. That demonstrates what Ernest Holmes wrote in the Science of Mind text when he said, because truth is infinite, it must be continuously unfolding in the consciousness of humankind. And no one will ever have a complete understanding of truth. A complete understanding of truth would be a complete understanding of God. And a complete understanding of God would be to become God. We know that more light will be given to us as we use that which we have. More light will be given to us as we use that which we have. Ooh, again, in the moment when it feels so dark, this process of trusting the process is to lean forward by what little light we have. Call to action, our innate impulse to know that that will be enough. And that in fact, when we are willing to use what we have, more will always be given. The truth is that we have more than enough light in the form of wisdom, money, time, understanding, love, support. We have more than enough of what we need for right now, this day, this breath, this step, this moment, this choice. And as we are willing to use what we have, more will be given. Just saying this, I feel a sense of slowness in my body. Do you feel that? The process of trusting the process, it takes time, deep presence, willingness to notice when we feel in the dark. And when we do, to know it is okay to slow down our breath and our mind, and to remember that what we need is already right here, and that as we use it, more will be given. Trust in the end isn't necessarily logical. Trust doesn't necessarily make sense, at least not in the moment and not to any part of our human condition that is fearing for our survival. Yet the promise of trusting the process is that the way will always unfold, always in due time. There's always a way out of no way. When we are willing to let go of the hustle to survive and we are willing to lean into the light that we have, it will always lead us right where we need to go. We do not need to create light. It is already and always right where we are. Ernest Holmes wrote this in a booklet titled Light. All at once, there it is. You do not know where it came from. You cannot say it came. You hardly know what it is, but it is a light that is ineffable in its beauty and apparently flows in and through all things. in a softness that dims the light of the sun. There is nothing hard about it. It does not cloud the vision, and it seems as though you are a part of it. There is a light that permeates the world, but we have not sensed it. We need, in the silence of our own contemplation, to take time to feel that light and to see it. The only light there is the light eternal. So in the moment when the thing happens and you get triggered and it seems like the lights go off, slow down and check in. What if you actually have the light that you need? What if you actually know just what you need to know in the just right moment you need to know it? Are you willing to trust the process unfolding in and through you? I invite you to affirm this with me. I'll say it and then you repeat after me. I am willing to trust that I have the light that I need to use the light I have, and to know that as I need more will be given. Let's anchor this into prayer. And so we just take a breath into this now moment, into the knowing that there is only one infinite reality, one power, one presence, one love that moves in, through, and as all of life. I call it God, grace, but by any name, it is that which is greater than we are. And I know that as it is all light. It is way known. It is the eternity of the here and now, always good. And as it is all, and as I know I am, I must be of it. There is nothing else that I can be. And as I know this for myself, I know this for each one here in the presence of my voice, in the sound of my voice, that each one here is one in the one. And that which is true of spirit is true of each one. That the light that it simply is right here where we are. That the way forward is always made known to us right where we are. And that any notion of not enough, it simply falls away and dissolves into the nothingness from which it came. That any fear of not surviving simply diminishes, because we know that the truth is that we are called to express as fully as possible the one life in, through, and as us right now. So there is no such thing as just surviving. That we always, in every moment, have exactly what it is that we need for that full expression of spirit. And so I just know that this manifests in each one of our lives as abundance, as beauty, as freedom, joy, wisdom, love. That whatever it is that our heart desires already and always is available to us. And I am so grateful to know that as I speak my word and press it into the action of the law, that it simply is done. That this is the way that God works. And so with gratitude and with confidence, I simply let my word go into the action of universal law, knowing that it simply says yes. And we anchor this prayer in together by saying, and so it is.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I've got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. You're gonna hear me roar. Now I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I've earned my stripes. I went from zero to my own hero. You held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. You held me down, but I got up. Get ready, cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I've got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire. And you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. You're gonna hear me You're gonna hear me roar, 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 roar. I've got the eye of the tiger, dancing through the fire. Cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar louder, louder than a lion. Cause I am a champion, you're gonna hear me roar. You're gonna hear me You're gonna hear me roar.
Yeah, roar. Can't beat that, can you? Um, I want to personally thank Rachel for reminding us that in this human experience that we're having, we can trust that we are much more than that. And to lean into that, thank you. Thank you. That's very valuable. We can always be reminded, can't we? So now is the time for us to participate in our conscious giving. This is the time where we experience the divine energies of giving and receiving by giving of our tithes and offerings here at CLF. CLF is a tithing church, and so for everything that you give, we tithe to local nonprofit organizations that are serving our communities here by making a real difference in the lives of real people. Our third quarter tithe recipient is Soldier's Best Friend. They provide service companion dogs to U.S. military veterans living with the combat-related PTSD symptoms. And most of the dogs that are rescued are from our local shelters. So this is a really heartfelt organization that we give to. And we continue to be blessed to be able to do so as well by everything that you tithe and that you give. And we invite you online to use the donate button by clicking on it on our website, on Facebook, and also you may use your cell phones to text to give. The cell phone text number is 844-941-4360. You can also text to give while you're in person as well, too. So I'd like to, if for people in person here, we do have an usher who will be collecting your contributions. And I want you to also join us in our offering song that I will be leading you. And this is I Trust in God. The words are on the screen. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one in the spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God. I trust in God. And if the usher will come forward, please repeat with me the offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. And thank you, Jan, for your service today. And it's great to have you back with us too. Blessings. And now I'd like to invite up Nicole for our announcements.
Thank you so much. All right, announcements. So we have midday meditation Monday through Friday through our Facebook and YouTube live streams. Please continue to do your spiritual practice with us because when we meditate together, we amp up that power a lot. So join us for that. We also offer pre-service meditation at 9:30 on Sunday. And you can do that in person with us or through our live streams. And then on Tuesday, we have Monday practice with Reverend Jorge. Oh, thank you. There was a hand that went up, and I was like, what's going on? I don't know why I'm on fast forward, but on Monday, we have Monday practice with Reverend Jorge. And go ahead and get your spiritual practical assignment for the week based on Sunday's talk. And it's a great way to experiment with a bunch of different spiritual practices too, because you never know what's going to be the right fit for you. And Jorge loves to find new ways to explore spiritual practice. And then this Tuesday, we do not have our connection meeting with Reverend Sherry because she is still on vacation, but she will be back on September 5th for that. And then on September 9th, the Ernest Holmes book study is back. And it's going to be really special this time because I don't know, sometimes people want audiobooks, right? Like they want to listen to stuff instead of reading it. Well, this isn't really an audiobook. It is a radio program from 1951 that you will be listening to, or you can download the written transcript. So we'll just talk a little bit about that. It says, do you find yourself searching for something? Do you feel that there is something that could really make you whole and happy? Something that will include your physical well-being and real success in living? Are you looking for clarity on what that something is? Well, then God is not only your answer, God is your adventure. That's what it's called. God is your adventure. So you can access the recording for that or the written transcript on our website or in your weekly emails. And drop in on Saturday, September 9th from 10 a.m. to noon and join that book study. After service, we have our practitioners available to pray with you. If you are in need of prayer, we have Fran Peck and Reverend Jorge. So don't walk around with a heavy heart. Get the prayer support that you need to help you find the light that you already have. And then also, if you are not here in person with us, or you got somewhere you got to go, there is a box out there where you can leave a written prayer request and put it in the box, and they will pray over that for 30 days. Or you can send an email to prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com. Just put prayer request on the subject line, and it will get where it needs to go. And again, they will pray for you for 30 days on that. And then we have fellowship at Tatum's Grill just across the way. We invite you to gather together and connect and get to know each other better and hang out. And we provide you appetizers. It's pretty nice. All right. All this information is always on our website or in our weekly email. And I am done.
Thank you, Nicole, as always. So I have just a couple of reminders. You will find a copy of our community prayer out on the table on the welcoming table. This is the treatment for supply, and we've been using this prayer as a community for some time, and it's an extremely powerful prayer. It is also found in your Science of Mind textbook on page 262. So I encourage you to continue using the prayer because it really does work, and it's an all-inclusive treatment. We also have out there a copy of the prayer that we've been using for the prayer for our country, also written by Ernest Holmes. It's on the welcome table. Both of these are also on our website. So we encourage you to take advantage of this and do the work. Do the treatments. We know that our country certainly could use the support of prayer. So we invite you to do that. That's all for here. I would like to invite you all to stand and join me in our closing song. The words are on the screen, and this is our song, I Release. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Have a blessed week. Thank you.